What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Been putting this turbo on for quite a while, so I wanted to give everybody an update of what's going on because it's taken me a minute to finish it up. But first off, I wanted to show you something kind of new that happened around here, and it's my hats. I had some custom hats built for the channel, but no, on another note, I did burn my face. That's why it looks messed up. Working on the boat. I'm going to kind of go over that at the end of the video. First, we're going to get into the boat, what's new on it, and show you guys how the progress is coming. Then I'll tell you how I burned my face. So probably the most noticeable thing we did on the boat with the turbo is the actual turbo and muffler itself. I'm not too good at welding stainless, so I brought somebody out who is. Cade with JCT Welding come out and hooked this up and did an awesome job on it. But here's the turbo layout now. Before I had him work on it, this thing was sticking out like way out here with the muffler, and it was just straight. So he did an awesome job fitting that up and putting it where it needs to be. I've still got to build a few mounts to hold it up, but that shouldn't be a big deal. But before we did any of that, I actually had to pull the head off and put in a head shim to lower the compression ratio on this, since we're going to be turbocharging it. Help with reliability, burn a lower octane fuel, stuff like that. So here's where that is. I still got to mess up here with wiring, got to put some stuff back together, but still getting pretty close overall. And then as we get around to the other side of the boat here, I'm going to kind of show you where the fire happened and what caused that, which is probably me, but you know, there's more to it than that. First thing that we got over here is going to be the external fuel pump that I've still got to mount. And part of that was a block off kit that takes away the pump that was in the tank. But up here, the coolest part of it is this intake plenum. It's actually got the injectors built in there, like I was saying. It's got the intercooler built into it. Now I've got to route, I don't know if you can see it back there. Yeah, I've got to route my charge tubes right back into that little port from underneath the bottom. So like I said, we're getting closer. Got some oil lines to hook up, but for the most part, it's pretty close to being complete. And now I guess we can take some time to talk about how I started the boat on fire and burned my face while I was working out here. I'm sure you've seen while I was walking around, there's quite a bit of fire extinguisher chemical in here, but at least it put it out. Yeah, so to kick it off, I was working on the fuel system here. Had to change out this plate, like I said, and put the filter on the bottom there and mount the fuel pump. A little bit of fuel spilled out of the bottom of this and kind of ran down onto the boat hull, but not very much. I've dealt with worse, and I didn't plan on grinding or making any real sparks, so didn't think it was going to be an issue. So I came around to the back of the boat here, grabbed my Milwaukee drill that's still here, and I was going to mount the fuel pump right here because that looks like the best place to do it. It's out of the way, nothing's going to hit it, and it should have worked pretty good. So anyways, I started drilling on the metal right here on this angle to mount it, and basically the drill bit sucked. It wasn't cutting, wasn't doing anything, and as soon as I let off of the trigger on the drill to go switch out the bit, it kind of just exploded right there in my face as I was bent over inside there. So that kind of took the brunt of it. But here's my theory on what happened. The fuel that spilled inside the boat just had vapors kind of stagnant, because I don't have a fan on as it's cold outside. And those vapors build up. I had the drill running, it sucked it through with the air. And I'll show you here what this sweet drill does when you let off the trigger. It's running. I don't know if you can see it very good on the video, but it seems like it sparks every time, which I never noticed before, but I definitely checked out after. So I kind of created the perfect fuel-air mixture. When I let off that trigger, it ignited the vapors that were sucked through the drill right there and blew up on me. But for the most part, you know, nothing really happened to the boat. I got a couple crunchy wires here, I guess, but you know, all in all, not that bad. My face isn't as pretty as it used to be, but I can live with that. You know, everything turned out okay. Looking forward to getting this thing on the water and seeing you guys out there. Yeah, that pretty much wraps everything up. Thanks again to Cade for welding up the header. couldn't have got the boat running very quick without him. So that helped out a lot. Other than that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you're going to want to. The turbo here is going to take it from 150 horse, which the boat was ripping pretty good, and that's going to jump it up to 290. So this thing should be pretty crazy once we get that going, and you'll definitely see some new videos. Comment which hats look the best so we can order some more loads up. And other than that, keep a fire extinguisher close if you want to. If you don't, like, that's not on me, man. We'll see you guys. Thanks.